First things first, let's head to the Bureau. We need to let Elaine know exactly what's going on in the city.
I'll come with you, mister.
All right. Let's go back to our place of work. I'm sure our boss will be very interested in...
Already?
Yes. No. I have a job. One of us does anyway.
Don't worry, Noel. I'll keep an eye on Hal and make sure he doesn't overwork himself.
I don't know if that's really been a concern so far.
It's not like I'm worried about him or anything.
We've been moving at a pretty lackadaisical pace here. Well, let's go talk to our boss, let her know what's going on. But for all we know, she already knows. You know, it's been kind of a thing where we've been kept in the dark on some things, while our boss and the AI that runs the city were already in the know. All right, but yes? Yes, Lily, do we have something to say?
Hal?
Yeah? Yes?
Is it changing shape?
Oh yeah, it's opening up.
Strange. Do you remember what the professor said? One of the keys to the clock tower disappeared 12 years ago. Ever since then, the tower's been dormant. So, why has it suddenly started up again?
Maybe the tower started up again when they arrived back in the city. Whoever the professor entrusted the key to, that is.
If you hear the clock tower bell, that means the fusion experiment has restarted. When it rings, all Kairos hosts will be seized by their dreams. From there, augmented dreaming will gradually encroach on reality.
That key is essential to the professor's plan. Does that mean whoever had it was collaborating with him? I need to speak with Elaine as soon as possible.
All right. Well, I mean, I think we know who has that key. That key! As there's not exactly a large cast of characters in Dyschronia, is there, Lily?
I wanted to spend more time with Maya. Don't worry, though. I'm gonna keep looking after you, Hal.
And we appreciate it, don't we now?
Anyway, you need to go and see Elaine. She must be so worried about you.
That's true. Last time anyone saw us was when we were shot and fell off of this down into the water below. Alright, let's go see our boss. The mood stone is still yellow. Oh, I wonder if, is there anyone in AD that needs our sensitive, caring hands to play Simon on their brains? I don't see anyone. No, I don't think so. I don't think so, Lily. I guess everyone's feeling okay for the time being. Just had to make sure. It is my job, after all, to counsel people and rid them of their stress. Technically, that's my job. My actual job has been trying to solve a murder mystery, but that's not usually what we do, what these supervisors do, as there are no crimes in the perfect city. So without crimes, what do the cops do? I guess the answer is they give massages to people's mental states. I'll tell you what we don't do is we use our guns. Though I guess Ash did actually use his gun there for a second, for once. Oh, there's Ash right now.
Hal, you're okay? I spent all night looking for you, man. I even went underground.
How much underground could there be, though?
Don't go freaking me out like that. I couldn't get through to you on the comms either.
Sorry, mister. We didn't have network access where we were. Don't worry, though. I was keeping an eye on Hal.
I'm sure you were. Look, I'm just glad you guys are safe. So, where's the marionette?
Cecilia. They escaped in the sewers.
They escaped? Or did you let them escape? Why didn't you shoot them? You read the classified files, right? This isn't the first time they've killed. They murdered 2 Bureau officers 3 years ago.
Look, even if I tell Ash the truth, I don't think he'll understand. Plus, he's involved with that girl in some way. Until I figure out exactly who she is, I can't talk to Ash.
Yeah, we can't entrust Ash with this forbidden knowledge.
What the hell are you thinking, man?
Ash, stop it! Your face is all scary!
Come here, both of you. Ash was just reporting back to me. First things first. I'm glad you're safe, Hal.
Director General, there's something I'd like to report.
Of course. I'm all ears.
I saw a memory of the professor in the off-limits sector. 3 years ago, he was there speaking to somebody. He said that when the clock tower starts up, everyone would be trapped in AD, asleep. And that in 7 days, the tower would run rampant, fusing dream and reality together.
So, that was the plan the professor set in motion?
Apparently. Does it make sense?
You seem pretty calm.
Sure, the situation isn't looking great, but things could be much worse. One of the control keys to the tower is right here.
Oh.
We found it on the professor's body.
Okay, just had it at her desk.
The other key is somewhere in the city. That I'm almost certain of.
How do you know?
Because the clock tower started up again.
Yeah, a few minutes before we came in.
Keys need to be present in the city's internal systems for the tower to function. That's what I've heard. Look, there's no time to waste.
When it comes to Dyschronia, it feels like there is plenty of time to waste, Elaine.
I need you two to work together and look for that second key.
Alright, let's see. Halcyon. Been ordered to search for clock tower control key with Ash. Report to Bureau when I've ascertained who is in possession of the key and obtained the key. New objective. Investigation mission. Search for the key. We want that key! Now, let's not,
Hold on, I
yeah.
haven't finished just yet.
Okay.
What is it, Director General?
You're aware of the challenges we're facing in augmented dreaming, aren't you?
But what challenges are we referring to?
The current situation in AD is extremely dangerous. This isn't the kind of thing we can solve with standard counseling.
We need super counseling?
Is there anything we can do?
Even more difficult Simon?
There is. The mental counseling system has an emergency mode built in.
Yes, super counseling.
I just made the call to activate it. It should be ready to use.
We should. It's the super system that's never meant to be used except in situations of extreme stress.
Your main task is to find the clock tower key. But if we leave AD contamination unchecked, we'll be forced to take even more drastic measures.
Even harder minigames.
Such as?
You really don't want to know. Which is why I'm asking you. If you find a resident in need of assistance, help them out. By keeping contamination in check, we can hold off disaster.
Okay. Another order. We've been ordered to survey the extent of collective mental contamination, provide counseling to treatment patients, report to the Bureau when I've located and offered counseling to treatment candidates, accept. Okay, urgent relief. Okay, the people of the city need some urgent relief, and only Hal's sensitive hands can provide that relief.
Elaine, are you feeling alright? You don't look too good.
Do you need me to play Simon on your brain?
I'm fine. I just haven't slept a wink since this all started.
I'm running solely on caffeine and meth, Lily.
Try and get some rest, please. Let us handle things for a while. If anything happens, I'll let you know.
Thanks, Hal. You know what? I think I might take you up on that.
All right. Oh, anything else?
Director General, do you know anything about the experiment that took place here in the city 12 years ago?
Back then, I hadn't even moved to the city yet. But I can tell you what I read in the case file. It seems your mom was involved in the experiment somehow.
My mom?
Yeah, as a subject.
Do you think I knew about that before I lost my memory?
I'm not sure. If the professor mentioned it, you must have known, though. Tell you what, I'll send you the file. Take a look once things settle down. Right now, though, you need to focus on trying to find that key.
That key! All right. Possible mother secrets.
Now's my chance to ask. Can I ask you a few questions?
I'm free for the next little while, so now's a good time.
All right, let's see. What about the professor's plan?
What was the professor trying to do to the city?
Sorry, Hal. That's a question I just don't have the answer to. This is an experimental city, and Professor Rumford's the one who founded it. There's just so much he took to the grave with him. Things that only Eustace knows. Reality and dream fusing. Maybe what's happening right now is all part of some plan set in motion when the city was founded. Does that answer your question?
Well, I guess then we have to ask about the fusion of AD and reality.
AD is encroaching on reality.
You're right. Left unchecked, residents' dreams will eventually merge with the real world.
Even the real freaky dreams.
We need to prevent that from happening, whatever it takes.
The real filthy ones.
If dreams do get merged with reality, what'll happen to the city?
If the merge happens with AD in its current state, then all the tethered residents will be trapped in a nightmare they can't wake up from for all eternity.
Oh, how did we come to that conclusion?
We'll be caught up in it. If we can't stop the merge from happening, we'll need to purge the nightmares from AD. Eustace has the power to do so, but that's strictly a last resort. For now, the Bureau will keep counseling residents to try and keep the nightmare in check. Is there anything else you wanted to know?
All right, maybe we should ask about Eustace's intentions.
Is Eustace on our side?
Eustace is on the side of the residents. There's no doubt about that. His overriding purpose is to preserve the happiness of everyone living in Astrum Close, even if that goes against the professor's will. Eustace has one final measure to protect AD up his sleeve. The Augmented Dreaming Extraordinary Control Protocol.
Not the ADECP.
If the protocol gets initiated, circumstances might improve. But having said that, Is there something else on your mind?
You didn't finish your sentence. But then that's expected here in Dyschronia. Do you know about the white-haired girl in AD?
Do you know anything about the girl with white hair who keeps showing up in AD?
I've heard a few reports. The system support department is analyzing the situation. They seem to think she's a bug in the system. That's just a hypothesis, though.
A bug?
Professor Rumford built the core system that makes up augmented dreaming. As you can guess, it isn't the easiest thing to analyze. Oh, I had an odd report about somebody accessing AD to look for the little girl. Funny thing is, they've been circumventing the Bureau system, and they aren't using Kairos.
They aren't using Kairos? The only person who could do that is...
You're not going to finish that sentence, are you?
Hal, you...
No, he didn't.
Stop. I can't keep ignoring this if it goes on any longer.
All right. Investigation log status has been updated.
Does that answer your question?
All right, let's ask about the Off-Limits Institute sector.
How long has the off-limits sector below the Institute been like that?
It sealed off to contain the massive particle leak after that failed experiment, the one you were involved in 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
You lost your memories, and poor Maya has been in a coma ever since. The facility's under Bureau jurisdiction, but because the contamination's so severe, there isn't much we can do. To tell you the truth, it's a real burden.
I can't believe the accident happened right below where we live.
I think that's about it for now. Come and see me when you make progress on the case.
Yep, that does seem to be it. What do you think about this, Lily?
Looks like you're working with Ash again. I'll keep an eye on him. Make sure he doesn't goof off. You better have a chat with him before you start.
Right, we got a new case. We're working with Ash as our partner on that. Let's see. We bring up... Yeah, okay, so we have a second case now. First one, of course, mission Murder of City's founder, which was 75.5% complete. Now we're on search for Clock Tower Key, which is already 40.4% completed, because a lot of the information we've already learned is applicable to this case. 2 keys exist. Professor Rumford tasked his co-conspirator with finding the key. Once 2 Clock Tower keys are found, experiment began 12 years ago will restart. The co-conspirator. He ordered someone to find the Clock Tower key and head to the top of the tower when it restarted, but who could that possibly be? Experiment conducted 12 years ago to fuse AD with reality. When both Clock Tower keys are returned to Astrum Close's internal systems, the experiment will restart. It's said that on the 7th day after the Clock Tower starts up again, AD and reality will begin to fuse together. Whereabouts of the keys? The key that disappeared 12 years ago is now back within the dome. The key that Professor had was recovered from his body is here at the Bureau. Yeah, Elaine has it. Clock Tower. The oldest building, cities planned around it. Right, okay. So 2 keys. The goal here is to fuse reality and virtual reality for some reason. Why do we want to do that? I don't know.
No.
What's the Director General planning to do moving forward? She's going to sit at that desk? Probably.
Ash, there's something I want to ask you. What were you doing with that woman back then?
Save it for later, okay? I need to get going.
Ash, aren't you gonna help us look for the key?
Sorry, guys, no can do.
Oh, but you're my partner on this case.
Why not?
I did think about telling you. The thing is, though, it's such a crazy story.
I love crazy stories.
Besides, we don't have time. I've got to go. But I'll call you once this thing is over. Make sure you answer, okay?
There's just no
I
time.
don't want to end up chasing my tail looking for you guys again. You hear?
Ash.
Just no time to explain.
And you better tell me what you guys have been hiding. Seriously.
Wait! Ash, can't we do this together?
No means no. I'll catch you later, man.
Okay, so we're not going to be working with Ash on this case. He has his own secrets. We're all full of secrets, aren't we, Lily? Well, Ash wants us to tell him what we were doing with Astelia, but Ash is not telling us what he's doing with the professor's assistant. So we're both keeping secrets from each other. How do things get like this? I wish someone would take care of me for a change. Oh, do you need some counseling? I mean, I don't think I can actually... No, I can't do that here. Like, this is already like an AD person, even though I haven't gone into AD. I don't really know what the deal is in rooms like that, like this. But I can't actually go into AD and apply counseling here. But we do know that it is more important than ever to play Simon with people's brains. Yeah, I can go into AD here. And see if anyone is red. Red with stress. Well, my log updated. Yeah, there we go. There's someone. Oh, look at this person. This person's not only red, but is, like, glowing with, like, lava inside of them. They are so stressed.
I'm terrified.
Saw a little girl with stark white hair.
Treatment candidate detected. Starting mental counseling.
Alright, so is the minigame any different now? We will find out. It's emergency level 1. We have 4 buttons. It seems the same so far.
Just one final push.
Somebody help me!
She felt out of place somehow. Ever since I first spotted her, things have been getting freaky. Alright, mental well-being restored.
Be okay now.
Sorry.
Keep spotting this girl with white hair and augmented dreaming. I swear all the weird stuff that's been happening in AD started around the time I saw her.
Much better.
I don't want to see her anymore. Alright, well, she is calmed down. I don't know, I feel like you should at least be able to handle the concept of, oh, there's like this weird person in the AD. Don't need to get all stressed out about it. But apparently... Oh, I know, that minigame did not seem any different from how it usually is. Even though it did say emergency. But all we can really tell from this is that the stress levels are higher than ever. Though that mood stone still is only yellow. So, it's not out of control yet. But the clock tower activating probably is not helping anything.
Hal,
Yes.
what's our next move?
There's a waypoint over there, Lily. We're probably going to walk towards it, as my guess.
I have a feeling I know who might have the clock tower key.
What incredible deduction skills from
Saw
Hal.
that girl in the lab coat too, right? Let's go look for her.
But she's so elusive!
And she shoots me every time I see her.
Any ideas where she could be?
It's a problem.
It's a long shot, but when I saw her in Ash's memory, I think I know where she was.
Look! There's Ash!
I wonder where he's heading.
How about taking after him?
Taking after him? I mean, yes, we could take after him, I guess.
We need to focus on finding the key.
That key! Yeah, I'm gonna... Just automatically say that every time someone mentions that key. Alright, Lily. Don't be surprised if turns out we have to cut someone open to get the key out of them. That might be where the key is located. Alright, into the hotel we go. There is a room on a higher floor that is not locked, but Lily won't let me go in there because it's rude to invade other people's rooms. It's like the only room that we haven't been in, though, I think.
I saw it in Ash's memory.
Mm.
They ought to be here in the hotel.
Right.
I have a feeling what I saw must have been one of the guest rooms.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
And also,
Well, we better head to the guest floor then.
pretty close by to that room, on the floor, is one of Ash's candy wrappers. Which Hal is not... He hasn't noticed it, but I mean, it's there. Maybe it's coming up now.
What happened?
Oh, yeah, it's all red.
Looks like the emergency lighting's on. I think they put out an evacuation alert. Plus, there's something strange in the air. Can you smell it?
No, I mean, I'm wearing a VR headset. I'm not actually here, Lily. As much as I might want to be here with you. You can't smell anything.
What the...
Well, that looks like a destroyed sentry drone.
Someone's coming.
Oh, hey, Keith.
Keith.
What's going on?
What the hell happened here?
Emergency detected. Switching to alert mode.
This guy was working himself up into a frenzy, trying to get me to head back to this floor.
Hal, there's a broken beta on the floor.
What happened to it?
I don't get it. I was here just earlier, and everything was fine.
As if things might change over the passage of time? Hard to believe, but maybe.
Hal, there's something in front of that room over there, too.
Let's check it out.
Scan in progress.
Hal, look.
What's this?
Well, I can sort of see a bloodstain in there.
Let's take a look inside. Ugh.
Well, that's a problem. We were going to question her.
She's dead? Who could have done this?
Alert! Alert! Submitting report to the Administration Bureau.
I mean, I guess we could
What a mess.
go back in time to see if we can stop that from happening. But at least she can't kill us this time,
I don't get it.
being that she's dead.
She was armed. She would have tried to fight back. Why didn't she defend herself?
Yeah, that's what's bothering me.
Well, I mean, there is a second bloodstain. Maybe it's not hers. Maybe it's someone else's.
None of this adds up.
The gun she's holding. Those particles. I might be able to figure out who the culprit is if I check out her memory.
All right, we're going to do our thing. But before we do our thing, let me just stop and start the recording. All right. Let's grab... Well, that's the wrong hand, but can I get, like, some information? No, it doesn't seem so. Left hand grab. There we go.
Damn it. I knew I shouldn't have trusted them. I can't believe they'd steal the key and take off like that.
Oh no, the key's been stolen.
Was that what they were after all this time?
Who took the key?
I need to get it back ASAP.
So she really did have that key.
Huh?
Kablam! Ow. Man, they not even shot with a gun, just like smacked with an object. Or was it a knife? It was hard to tell if it was a knife or if it was just like some blunt object.
Ash. Why?
But how could Ash do this?
I let my guard down. Professor, I'm sorry.
So that's why.
Hal? What's wrong?
You figure something out about the gun?
Look. The energy pack is missing. That's why she couldn't fight back when she got attacked.
I wonder where the energy pack went. There's no sign of it around here.
So did someone already remove the ammo before the encounter happened?
Hal, what's up with you? You're acting weird, mister. Did you see something else in the memory?
Lily, I think Ash took the clock tower control key and ran off with it.
What? So Ash got the jump on us?
No, that's not what I mean. This girl. She was the one who had the key in the first place. And look at her. She's dead.
The gears are turning.
Wait, are you trying to tell me Ash did this?
I don't know. Our orders weren't to kill whoever had the key. This doesn't make any sense.
I mean, technically, Ash, the orders did not say not to kill her. The orders were to find the key, so Ash has completed the case without our help.
Alert! This is now a restricted area. The crime scene must be preserved. Leave immediately. Access limited to authorized personnel only.
But I'm authorized personnel. I'm the investigator. I have I have a gun right here, like the victim's gun.
Hal, look! You've got a new investigation request from Elaine, mister.
Let's see. Investigate murder of mysterious researcher. Investigate crime scene. Ascertain the circumstances in which the incident took place. Identify the culprit. Seems like we're ahead of that. We're ahead of the game on that.
Huh? For me? Elaine.
I just received a report from one of the drones. Take a deep breath and listen, okay? The Bureau is currently scanning the entire hotel guest floor. We've already found traces of Ash in the room you discovered the body in, alongside some classified data belonging to the Bureau.
You're kidding.
Oh, that room? We use it to keep outsiders under surveillance. Travelers we want to keep an eye on are always given a specific room. That way we can monitor them from the room opposite. Does that answer your question? Anyway, when Ash joined up, we left him in charge of the room. I suspected we had a mole in the Bureau leaking intel to the other cities. I just never thought it would be Ash. Do you know where he is? I can't get through to him.
We always work separately. I have no idea where he is.
I see. We'll track him down. Leave that to us. The case is yours, though. The crime scene is still being scanned. You'll need to continue your investigation elsewhere.
Of course.
Oh, and be sure to question Keith Tozaki. He's been under surveillance ever since he got back to the hotel. He isn't a suspect, but he may be connected to the incident in some way. Make sure you keep a close eye on him for the time being, Hal.
Understood.
I'll let you know when the scan's finished.
If I travel back in time again using the gun, I might be able to change something. But without that energy pack, there's no way I can prevent her death. Where could it have gotten to? And then there's this whole thing with Ash.
Hal?
Sorry. I was getting caught up in my thoughts. Lily, let's start investigating this floor. I'm sure we'll be able to piece things together as we go.
Got it!
Alright, so is the idea is that we want to find out what happened to the energy pack so we can manipulate the past so she can shoot Ash?
Hal, there's definitely a weird smell in the air.
Oh, sorry, that was me.
Smells like gunpowder to me.
Oh, did Ash use his antique gun?
Gunpowder?
His revolver?
Yep. Not the kind of thing you'd expect to find here in the city, though. There are probably traces around the place. You better keep your eyes peeled, champ.
Let's try and figure out what happened to the busted drone.
Alright, so yes, I do have another case added. 1.1% completed. This has a list for factual items. Basically nothing is known right now. Murder of an identified female in room 213 at the Hotel Quintempus. Keith Ozaki was present when the body was discovered. That seems to be a theme with Keith. So this case, the clock tower key does not have an evidence section. So I guess that probably means this one will go to trial at some point. Does that mean we're not able to reverse this? Because if we're able to make sure that the murder doesn't happen by going back in time, then there would be no case. All right. Well, it did say we need to question Keith.
Another new murder in this so-called crime-free paradise.
Hey, it was crime-free before the 2 murders this week. Before then.
I just can't catch a break, can I?
I've got a few questions for you.
Okay, let's see. Well, actions before and after the incident.
When did the Bureau release you?
It must have been around 8 o'clock this morning. They've been keeping an eye on me, hence the drone.
And you've been in the hotel ever since?
Yeah, I was in this room until around 9 o'clock. But they clean the rooms every 3 days, so I had to step out for a while. Me and the drone headed to the lounge. Until this guy started kicking up a fuss, we were both just hanging out down there.
I see. I should make a point of talking to the beta assigned to watch him, too.
Alright, maybe we should investigate the lounge as well. Acquaintance with victim.
Do you have any recollection of the woman killed in that room?
Well, this was a long time ago, but I visited the prof one time, and I have a feeling I saw someone who looked just like her. He introduced her as his assistant. This woman. Maybe she was her daughter or her sister?
Her daughter or sister? How long ago was this?
Before nightfall, so at least 13 years ago.
About suspicious details at crime scene.
Before you headed down to the lounge, Did you notice anything strange on this floor?
Not that I can remember. There was a drone on patrol over there. And there was a service drone heading in and out of the staff room in front of my room. Other than that, there were no signs of life. It was totally quiet. Have you finished searching the corridor? Take a good look around, you hear me?
Let's see. I also mentioned we should probably talk to that... Is it you? Are you the beta in question?
This room is currently being scanned. Please.
No.
Let's take a look somewhere else.
No, it's not the one. All right. And we need to find the beta that was accompanying him. But they probably maybe it's him. Maybe this one.
On patrol.
Traces of blood have been detected. Sent a request to the Bureau for additional security. Okay, I guess it's not that one. He said, yeah, yes? Hmm?
What's up, mister?
Yeah? Yeah?
Weird.
We arrived on this floor right after the incident took place. At least I think that's the case. We didn't spot anyone suspicious on our way here from the lobby. Which begs the question, how did the culprit escape the floor? Did they sneak past us somehow? There's no way they could have escaped after the beta submitted the report. Okay, there we go. I think they left before we even arrived on the floor. How did they do it in green? Try and figure it out. Feels like sometimes the place where I'm expected to be standing changes. So where I was standing is now considered to be too far away. And so it's just completely dark when it comes back up. Now, Keith said, investigate the corridor. Alright, I'm looking at things in this corridor. I was wondering if maybe...
We are currently scanning all guest rooms on this floor. Please wait until the scan is complete.
Let's focus on the corridor for now.
The corridor. I was wondering if maybe that would mean that we could find Ash's candy bar wrapper that we noticed previously, but I don't see it. Or if it is here, it's not in a part of the corridor that we're able to access at the moment. Let's go to the lounge.
I need to hurry up with the search.
Let's not go to the lounge. Let's stay here, I guess.
I need to hurry up with the search.
We're staying here for right now. Well, there's not a whole lot of things on the floor. Hold on. Can I grab anything?
This is the only lamp that's out of action. Looks as though it's been damaged.
All right, that is a lamp. Okay, oh yeah, there we go.
Is this a bullet?
Bullet embedded in wall. Can I...
Is this a bullet?
No, I don't think I can time travel with that.
Looks like a device of some kind got smashed into pieces.
Up there. It's a light fixture.
Look, Hal. It must have fallen down from up here. This device was for detecting anomalies in the corridor by the elevator.
Not a light fixture. A security device.
I think a laser weapon did this.
Huh. The evacuation alert must have been issued when it got destroyed.
Falling sealing device. Alright. How about this?
There are broken drone parts all over the place.
Look at that hole.
Do you think they were shot? There are broken drone parts all over the place.
Look at that.
Do you think they were shot?
I cannot time travel with
broken
this.
Drone parts all over.
Look at that hole.
Look at that hole. I can't grab the other parts. Alright, so I guess would Ash have to have been standing here? Shot the drone and then hit that. And maybe he shot that out when he was approaching. And how about this?
It looks like the arm from a drone.
Alright, so is this what he bonked her with?
There are traces of the victim's blood on it.
That's a custom beta part, mister. There should be maintenance parts in the staff room on this floor.
The staff room? Let's check it out later. We'll need a record of it if we want to compare it to those other parts. Let's make a note.
Visual data, drone arm. Alright, is that everything in the hallway?
Looks like they finished the scan over there, too.
Guess I'll head back to my room and take a load off.
Lily, let's go check out the staff room. We need to figure out what was going on with that drone arm we found.
Got it, mister.
Alright, staff room. Does it say here where we can find it? Yes. Only 3 rooms. Elevator, staff room, rest. So yeah, not many rooms to look at. This is a private room. Here's staff room.
Yeah. There's a broken beta in here too.
Ah, there we go. Administration Bureau Beta Drone, customized to handle room service duties. Can I do a time travel?
It doesn't look damaged from the outside.
The scan of my damaged counterpart is complete. It appears a short circuit was the cause of the fault.
Is this stuff being added? Let me check something here. Oh, there we go. Is this stuff being added to... Okay, we did get one piece of evidence, which was drone arm. So that is being added to my evidence here.
Off limits.
Emergency staircase. Okay, so there is a staircase that's unlocked during emergencies. Maybe that could be how someone might be able to leave the hotel without being noticed, maybe.
Excuse me.
Did someone go through here recently? Records indicate the door was open at 10:10. Someone opened the door around the time of the incident. Whoever they were, they ended up using the emergency staircase. Alright, so maybe we figured out how someone could have left without us noticing. Wasn't actually hard to find out.
This is the control panel for the drones on the guest floor, mister. So many error messages. Let's look through them one by one.
We should be able to use this to check the beta's movements on this floor.
Alright, let's try it out.
Looks like the evacuation alert was issued 10 minutes before I got here. Seems like it was triggered by unexplained damage to the hotel facilities. It might have been the device on the ceiling getting destroyed that set it off.
Hal, look! There's a record of this beta using its beam in front of that room. It got destroyed at the same time it fired its beam.
I'd be willing to bet that was the same time it encountered the culprit.
Security drone beam discharge record. Security drone's beam attack.
Hal, look! You can see what the drones were up to before they broke down!
Huh. It's a record of when and where the two drones malfunctioned. The service drone malfunctioned at 10 this morning. 5 minutes later, one of the betas on patrol was destroyed outside the crime scene. Lily, can you see what the drones were doing from around 9:50 and onward?
Yep! This beta was patrolling between Keith's room and this room here. I think it was on cleaning duty. As for this beta, they were patrolling the corridor. When the other beta broke down, they were heading for this room. They reversed direction here. And then went all the way to the room the lady was in.
That seems like an odd movement pattern to me. What made it change course like that?
Well, can we scan it again? Get closer?
Hal, look! There's a record of this.
No, this is the same thing.
I'd be willing to bet that was the same.
All right, well, Lily did say it looked like that a laser was the thing that destroyed the security device. And we're saying that particular beta had an odd movement pattern where it went back to the room when it didn't seem like it would have. So is it possible to reprogram the beta to move into that position and then to use its laser on the security device? Maybe. Any ideas, Lily?
I hope those poor betas make a full recovery once they get repaired.
Well, if they need counseling, I can always play some Simon with them.
Looks like the evacuation alert was it.
Yeah, this is the same thing again. Alright, so I don't think I'm getting any new messages from that. Anything else in this room? We need to do anything. Okay, that's... Oh, something here. Oh, it's a coin. Commemorative... It's a collectible, Hal. It's a collectible. Feels nostalgic somehow.
What's this?
Are you gonna hide one here too?
Yep. Let's hide one each, okay? It's like a contest to see who can pick the best hiding place. I'm going to the lounge. You head upstairs.
Are there any good hiding places on this floor?
Shh! There's a cleaning drone over there. If the drones find any lost property, they take it back to the staff room with them. They have to keep valuables safe for 5 years while they wait for the owner to turn up.
Oh.
Lost property discovered.
Alright, so once upon a time, Noel hid a coin and found a really good hiding place for it because the drone would just keep it here for 5 years, apparently. No one would ever find it because no one's authorized to come in here. So I guess Noel won that game. Should I leave now?
Make sure you take a good look around. You might find some clues.
Apparently I should not leave right now. Oh. Okay, that was just on the floor, huh? That was just on the floor the whole time, was it?
What's this?
Hal, don't touch that!
Bang.
An EMP gun? This must be from one of the other cities.
Yeah, you don't find one of these here.
I'm guessing Keith brought it with him. I'll make a note of it.
Can we do any time travel with it? Depleted battery, you say? Does not seem like time travel. It doesn't seem like we can do time travel. Alright. Anything else on the floor? Maybe not.
Make sure you take a good look around. You might find some clues.
Still clues? Still more clues? Okay, I haven't looked up. Anything on the ceiling? We, of course, looked at the broken drone. We've looked at the gun. We looked at the coin. Though the coins, I think, are just optional. I don't think there's anything else that we actually... I don't think we actually need to get those. Just a little background... Yes? What?
This is the control panel for the drones on the guest floor.
Oh, yeah, we've already seen this. We've already seen this.
We should be able to use this to check the bait.
I mean, we already have done that. Is there something that I missed about the movements? We already spoke to this beta about the stairwell. Emergency staircase.
Excuse me?
You're not saying anything new about that. It seemed like that we already looked at everything that we could look at concerning the movement of the robots. Oh, maybe there was something that we missed. Just having a look around to see if there's anything that stands out. Not noticing anything.
Looks like the evacuation alert. Seems like it was...
Right, we already know about that. Do you have anything to say, Lily?
I hope those poor babies...
Right. Hope they make a full recovery.
How?
Right, we know about this.
I'd be willing to...
We know about this.
The 5 minutes... Lily.
Yep.
Right.
This beta was
The movement.
patrolling between Keith's room and
Right, we know about the movements.
when they were
What?
What caused it to change course like that? Is there anything that we can do to find that out? It's only the 3 things that we can get information on. Doesn't seem like there's anything else that this machine can tell us. And it doesn't seem like it shows us different information. Just shows us the same thing again. Huh. But if I try to leave, Lily does say that I need to investigate more closely. Like, I can't go into AD here. I didn't think I could go into AD, but just to confirm that I can't. Anything here with these robots? Cannot touch the robots. Oh my, what time are we at? Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop and start pretty soon. Robot? 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 What do I need to touch that I haven't touched yet? And don't say the answer is Lily, because we know that's not happening. Hold on, let me stop and start real quick.
Is this a custom maintenance part? There's only one arm, though. I'm guessing the arm we found at the crime scene came off this drone.
And what was that? Maybe that was the remaining thing. I looked at the drone, but did not look at its arm. Okay, I think that was the only one.
We're making decent progress.
We sure are. I think we're just about ready for a quick recap.
Where do we start, though? What the?
Sounds like a beta's in trouble. Go and help them out, mister.
you treat people's property while you're doing the rounds? Unbelievable.
Guest privacy is our utmost concern. We operate in accordance with the city's laws. We would never interfere with a guest's belongings without permission.
Huh?
They're fighting! Hey, mister! Stop being mean to my beta buddy!
Oh, you guys are still here.
What's wrong?
It's none of your business.
What happened?
It appears someone ransacked Keith Tozaki's room.
Oh no.
He thinks we're responsible. Supervisor Sion, please prove that this has nothing to do with us.
Jeez! Hal, you gotta prove the betas are innocent! This is a big deal!
Ransack guest room. Hal seems not concerned about this being such a big deal. I mean, we do have some pretty important topics we need to cover here. But then again, if his room was ransacked, maybe that might explain what his gun was doing in the Lost and Found.
What?
We'd like to check the state your room was left in. Can we come in?
We're gonna prove the betas are innocent! Look at all this weird stuff!
Did the stuff come with the room?
If we take a look around.
Doesn't look like I have much of a choice.
Alright, let's get our hands all over his stuff.
Look at all these tins. It must be a real pain lugging all this tea around.
He loves his tea. We know that.
All these tins. It must be a real pain lugging all this tea around. Oh. This is the same teapot Keith was using down in the lab.
Teapot.
Hey, that belongs to me, champ.
I'm guessing this cup comes with the room.
Gulp, gulp, gulp. Can I straighten that? Does not appear like I can straighten that.
It's locked. I don't think we'll be able to take a look at what's on here. Is this some kind of case?
What could possibly go in something that looks like this? Like a holster-looking device.
That broken EMP weapon in the staff room had the same logo as this. Maybe the gun belongs to Keith?
I think we already concluded that. Like, we already were assuming that it was his gun.
What's this case for?
Oh, that thing? Let me see.
Yeah, hard to remember what goes in here, I guess.
Playing ball. I should make a quick note before he decides to hide it somewhere.
Alright, he doesn't want to tell us where that came from.
It's wide open. Looks like someone has been messing with the contents, too.
Alright, so someone broke in his room and took the EMP gun.
Didn't you think to lock the trunk before you left the room?
Of course I did.
It doesn't look like the lock was forced, though.
It's an antique. Getting one of these open used to be a real trade secret, but these days the info's out there if you know where to look.
So somebody could open it even if they don't have the key.
I guess I was too careless. It never occurred to me that someone here in the city might know how to unlock it. You better take a good look at the top of the trunk, champ.
What's this?
Ransack guest room.
What's this? It looks like glass, but it's actually made of metal. Is it some kind of baton?
Hey! Bringing weapons into Astrum clothes is a no-go, mister!
Give me a break. That thing is strictly for self-defense.
Naughty, naughty!
Alright. He has a retractable baton.
Can you ride this thing?
Yeah, pretty handy for short trips.
I wish I could ride something like that.
You can fly, Lily. You do not need a vehicle. And how do you ride this? Do you just sit on it? Or does it, like, unfold into something bigger?
Can you ride this?
Yeah.
I wish I could.
I would like to see Keith give us a demonstration of riding whatever this thing is. Because I figured it was like luggage, not like a vehicle.
What's this? Looks like it came with the room.
You seen one of those before?
I don't think so.
Huh.
I've got some just like these in my room.
Got your eye on something, champ?
Dice? Is that important? Are those all of the things? Can't grab that. Can't look at that.
So, who went and messed with my stuff? Weird that they didn't really take all that much, though.
Let's see. About the stolen property, like that gun.
Can you tell me what was missing from the room?
A few things from the trunk. I think that's about it.
Can you be more specific?
No can do, champ.
If you don't tell me, I won't be able to help you get your belongings back.
Whatever. None of the stuff that got stolen means a whole lot to me anyway.
Reason the room was ransacked?
Do you have any idea why someone would ransack the room? Was there anything valuable inside?
Nah, I don't own anything a thief would target. Even the stuff that went missing isn't worth all that much.
Seems like he's done talking.
Alright, so maybe Ash somehow knew that he was carrying an EMP gun. How did he know that, however?
Hal, you need to prove the betas aren't guilty.
Was there anything else to look at here?
Warning!
They are not the ones who left the room in disarray.
I've got a few questions for you, if you don't mind.
Of course. Ask.
Oh, the options are behind me. Let me, walk through them? There we go. No, now they're backwards. Okay, here we go. Ask about the state of the room when leaving it.
Was this room actually ransacked? Is the state it's in now different from how you left it?
Affirmative. When we left to go to the lounge, the trunk was shut.
The service drone entered his room while Keith was away, right? I can totally understand why he'd come to the conclusion he did.
Under no circumstances would we ever ransack a guest's room.
Keith's actions before and after the incident.
I heard you've been with Keith ever since he got back to the hotel.
I sure have. I've been keeping him under surveillance the whole time.
Can you tell me what he's been up to since arriving at the hotel?
Keith Tozaki left the bureau at 8 o'clock and headed straight for his room. He was asleep until 9:05 o'clock, when the room was due to be cleaned. That's when he went downstairs to the lounge.
And you haven't let him out of your sight?
Negative. I've been observing him constantly. Keith Tozaki could not have committed the crime.
I see. Well, that corroborates what Keith was saying. I should make a note of the drone's responses.
All right, is that everything?
I think we've pretty much seen everything we need to see. If I combine the info I found, I should be able to prove the betas are innocent.
I knew I could count on you, mister. Come on, give it a try.
Oh, man, for some reason it's thinking that the place I need to be standing is, I can't actually walk any more forward than this. Hold on, let me... Can I... Sometimes in some games you can... There we... Yeah, okay. Recenter yourself by holding that down. There we go. Okay. I don't know why this game gets off center so much. I have not seen any other VR games that have had a problem quite like this. At least I don't remember one. Not recently, anyway. Alright, press Y on the left touch controller to open the investigation log. Discover evidence by combining factual items with relevant log data. If I get hold of a factual item, I can find different combinations. Okay. So, alright, so this case, we found a few different things. So, for example, the gun. With maybe ransacked guest room? Or maybe with EMP... No, it just does that. Guess not. If I get hold of factual item, try to find different combinations. Alright. Broken thing. EMP holster with ransack guest room. Alright, there's something.
I get it.
EMP weapon we found in the staff room was stolen from Keith's room. In other words, whoever trashed his room took the gun and broke into the staff room. I have a feeling their intention was to knock out that drone.
Where to next?
We might have missed a few things that could help us change Keith's mind.
Did you get everything straightened out?
I believe so.
Excuse me. I guess I haven't thought this through properly.
No?
Where to next?
Give us more thought. What are we giving more thought to?
Did you get everything?
Maybe? Right.
I think this is enough to go on. Try to convince Keith.
Keith, an EMP weapon was stolen from your room, right? I mean, there's an empty case in the trunk, but no weapon. We found a similar gun lying depleted on the floor in the staff room.
Let's say for a moment it was mine. What was it doing in the staff room?
I guess I haven't thought this through properly.
Listen, champ, don't go forgetting the actual case. Now isn't the time to be goofing around. You've given the place a once-over. Get back to work.
I can't believe we couldn't prove the betas were innocent!
I should have gotten my thoughts in order before speaking to Keith. I don't think he's willing to hear me out again. Oh well, there's nothing for it. Let's get back to the investigation.
All right. I mean, I guess if we have to convince him, we could always time travel.
Elaine!
Just calling to let you know they finished scanning the crime scene. Make sure you check the report when you get there. Oh, the body and the weapon have been transferred to the Bureau. The classified files are still there, though.
Why did a guitar suddenly get added to the music?
I don't need to tell you that anything you see in that room is strictly confidential.
Of course.
Director General, have you heard from Ash?
No. Leave him to me. I need you two to stay focused on the investigation.
How?
Let's go check out the crime scene.
All right, well, they're going to go check out the crime scene, but I think this is probably going to be long enough for today's session of Dyschronia. We've continued on episode 2 of Dyschronia. Any thoughts, Lily?
We need to search the room where that lady was killed, mister.
Right, the lady who has been killing us is now the one to be killed. And shockingly, our friend and partner and mentor Ash looks like he's the culprit, but things are never what they seem in Dyschronia, are they, Lily? Cecilia is still hiding underground with Noel, and we're not telling anyone really about that, about how she apparently has the mind and soul of our friend Maya, and that's why Maya's been in a coma. Not mentioning anything like that. But we do have a couple new cases, and we're attempting to solve, or we want to find the key. We got to find that key. But unfortunately, Ash found that key before us, and did so by killing the professor's assistant. Or at least that is what we think happened. It looks like that Hal is thinking that he could stop the murder from happening if he's able to find the energy pack for her gun, which is missing. If we could find it and, I don't know, go back to the past, then maybe she would be able to shoot Ash and not die, I guess is the thinking. But we don't know where it is, so we have to conduct this investigation until we find it, and then we can go back to the past and change it. And then maybe get that key for ourselves. But we're still investigating. Well, we're going to be investigating the murder scene ourselves. It's been scanned by the drones. It's done. So now we can go in there and do our actual investigation. And let's take a look at what we have. Not that at the moment. There we go. Right. So clock tower key, 40.4%. We haven't really been able to do much on that because we got distracted by murder of mysterious researcher, which we're now at 43% complete on. I don't know if this is actually going to go to a trial, because we did see in Keith's room that we might be given the option to combine evidence with plot points outside of the trial format, so maybe that's what we're doing. And I guess I needed to do a bit more of those to convince Keith about whether or not the betas were responsible for the ransacking of his room. But if we need to convince him of that, we can probably just go back in time and just do it again. As when you can time travel, there are no consequences for failure. Right, Lily? Even death has no hold over Halcyon. Anything that he does wrong can simply be redone until it is right. It's a little bit of advantage that he has. But we'll see if he can put that advantage to use next time as we continue on with Dyschronia, Episode 2. The Moida of the Professor's Assistant is the investigation is on, and technically the investigation of the Professor's murder himself, that is still on, because we thought Cecilia did it, but she says she didn't. So that means perhaps that case has not actually been solved as of yet. The Moidas, Lily. The Moidas keep stacking on top of each other. How many Moidas will there be before we're done? You could be next, Lily. You could be next. Next time on Dyschronia.